As you guys can tell, this is indeed a new setup, so make sure you tell me how you like it. It was a huge pain trying to get all this set together, and I had to do this and all that. But let's get to the story at hand. So there was a Georgia special election in the 6th District because of Tom Price, who is now the Health and Human Services Secretary, who's a horrible person, who actually is like the definition of a corrupt congressman, his vacancy. So the Democrats poured in millions of dollars. I think it was around $25 million. Correct me if I'm wrong. And then Karen Handel's campaign was only like $5 million or something. And so what happened is Karen Handel won. Now this is very interesting because it seems the Democrats cannot win shit. So here's what I'm looking at, okay? You had the Rob Quist one, which he should have won, but because of the early voting, he lost, in my opinion at least. And then you had the James Thompson in Kansas. The difference is that they got practically the same results, except James Thompson's had no money, but barely any help. Definitely did not have anywhere near $25 million. That's just bonkers. So if you were to add that money to get the advertising aspect, if you just spend the money to advertise the positions, then you're going to win. That's the key equation to winning. So the DNC needs to invest, and the DCCC needs to invest in someone like James Thompson. And we're going to be getting into a story. Actually, no, I already did the story on there's a new challenger who's an iron worker, union iron worker, who's going to be challenging Paul Ryan, who's Speaker. But Republican Karen Handel has won the special election, and here's what Raw Story says. They say, Republican Karen Handel has won the hotly contested special election for Georgia's 6th Congressional District, defeating Democrat Jon Ossoff in the most expensive congressional campaign in American history. Because this was huge, right? If the Democrats won, it would be extremely helpful and symbolic for the future. But now it's kind of like, it looks really bad, right? CNN called the election for the Republican to replace Tom Price, blah, 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 blah. Over $50 million was spent on special election to replace former Congressman Tom Price, who vacated the seat after being confirmed as Secretary of Health and Human Services. So they're saying the number is $50 million. I don't know if that combines Karen Handel and Jon Ossoff, but $50 million is a ridiculously high amount, and that's a lot of money to throw in. So what this shows us, and I predicted this as well, is that neoliberalism will indeed fail to defeat Trump. So now, if you just go ahead an article about this shortly after the election on Progressive Army about this, and I did predict this. I said that there's no way that neoliberalism is going to be able to do it. Jon Ossoff said clearly he's not a progressive. He didn't support Medicare for all. Well, this is what you get, sir. I mean, I'm sorry, and you can't make the argument that the Bernie ones didn't win either. The Bernie ones had no money helping them whatsoever. Nobody helped them for shit. We're going to be getting into it. Archie Parnell, who's like this rich, like fucking Wall Street exec, I believe Wall Street executive, has lost there too. And he just seemed like a really boring old dude. I don't know why anyone would vote for him anyways. But, I mean, this is just sad. And again, like I said, it shows that if you're going to say no to Medicare for all, and if you're not going to be a true progressive, or progressive period, because he said openly, I'm not a progressive. Remember, Karen Handel said, I do not support a living wage. So what she's saying is, someone who works 40 hours a week full-time should not be able to live upon their income. How ridiculous is that? Do you know how hard it is to work a 40-hour-a-week job? That's killer. What's up, guys? It's Saul Hill here. You guys are watching The Progressive Voice. Make sure you guys click subscribe down below. We're fighting Donald Trump tooth and nail, and we need your help.